Hey everyone, Coach Chris with Bridge to STEM here, and today I'm going to give you a sneak peek into one of the very first things we learned to do in our Minecraft class, and that's how to build automatic doors. Remember that in our classes we are focused on building a smarter world around us and figuring out ways to automate the things that we encounter in everyday life. So, in order to build an automatic door, we're going to need a recipe. Now this recipe calls for 5 ingredients, and you can see them down here in the hotbar. So I need you to go ahead and open your inventory and grab some redstone dust, a redstone torch, a pressure plate, a sticky piston, and crimson planks. Now, I chose crimson planks because I like the purple, but really, any solid block will do. You might do a colored wool, you might do a different type of plank. Anything's fine as long as it's a solid block. Okay, so once you've got your materials collected, we're going to go ahead and get started with the build. So the first thing to do is find a nice flat piece of real estate. I chose this spot. It's got a nice mountain view to the back, got an ocean view to the front. Seems like a great spot for a house. And of course, I want that house to be a smart house, so it's going to have automatic doors. So in order to do that, we are going to need to do a little bit of digging. So we're going to start by digging a row of 4, a row of 8, and a row of 4, and each one's going to be 3 blocks deep. I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just like that. Then let's go ahead and dig that whole thing down 2 more blocks, so that we can be a total of 3 blocks deep. Now, when you take our Minecraft course, we'll teach you some really cool commands to make it a lot easier to dig things out or fill things in a fraction of the time. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way, just like that. So once you've got it dug out and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and lay down our solid block, again for me it's crimson planks, all along the bottom. There we go. Once that's done, we're going to do another layer all throughout the middle. And then finally, on the 2 ends, on top. Okay, next step is going to be redstone. First thing we want to do is run a line of redstone across 2, skip a few, 1, 2. Then let's connect them around. And there we go. Once we've got our redstone, it is time to place our sticky pistons. Now bear in mind that when you place sticky pistons, they're going to place in whatever orientation you're facing when you drop it. So sometimes you need to use another block to kind of help you align it. And this is what I mean by that. I'm going to use this as a temporary block so that I can place my piston on the side and have it face forward. And I'll do the same thing over here. Block, piston, delete. Now, let's go ahead and power those pistons. We're going to put a torch on top of that block and on top of that block. Perfect. So because that's not tall enough to be a door on its own, we need to add another round of sticky pistons. So let's go ahead and do that now. Just like that. And then let's go ahead and put a couple solid blocks behind each one, and you'll notice that now they jut out just like the lower set, and that's perfect. Now let's talk for a second about why that's happening. One of the really cool things with Minecraft is that you can actually create and build your own circuitry. You know, redstone kind of operates like a circuit in that it carries a current. So with redstone, the current is either on or off, just like how a light switch is either powered or not. Right now, you'll see that these redstone dust pieces down here are not powered, but the torches are. So this redstone dust leading into this block means that the block will conduct. the same type of power, the same power status as the redstone itself. So when this is unpowered, the block is unpowered. When the redstone's powered, the block's powered. Okay. So if the blocks the torches are sitting on will always have the same parity, P-A-R-I-T-Y, as the redstone dust, then by putting torches on top, those will have the opposite. So what does that mean? It means when the redstone's off, the torch is on. When the redstone's on, the torch is off. And then to kind of wrap things up, this block up above us is going to have the same parity as the redstone torch. Torch is on, block is on. Torch is off, block is off. And when you take our course, we'll go into parity in more detail. We'll start to understand how to program some really simple circuits up to some pretty complex stuff. We'll teach you how to build your own clock and timer. If you're super advanced, we can even teach you to build a calculator in Minecraft. Okay, so I had to swap back to daytime real quickly, but we are ready to continue. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is create our path, our walkway, if you will, right across the top. And let's go ahead and put some pressure plates. We want it to be able to be open from both sides, otherwise you'd either get locked in or locked out. And finally, our doors. There you have it. It's as easy as that. Automatic doors. So when we walk over the plates, the doors open, and when we're done, they close. And it works in reverse too. Now let's take a minute to figure out why that's happening. You can see that when we power the pressure plate by standing on it, we're powering the block underneath it, and that in turn is going to power the redstone. See? Powered, unpowered. Now because of the reverse parity, what that means is when this block suddenly becomes powered, it's going to depower the redstone torches. So when there's no power to the torch, there's no power to the pistons, and when there's no power to the pistons, they have to retract, meaning the door opens. As soon as we step off, the parity reverses, the torch comes back on, and the doors close. This is a very simple circuit. It's a very simple form of a relay, and we can use this as a basic building block to build even more complex things from here on out. Now, with just a little bit of work, we can see how we can encase what we've built and make it look really aesthetically appealing. So now I've got this really elaborate front door, and when I walk through, it functions perfectly. Okay guys, well, thanks for building an automatic door with me today. This is the very first project of many that we do in our Minecraft building course. This is the simplest one, and then we go on from there, do some pretty cool, complex stuff, do some neat game building. Remember, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, go ahead and sign up for a class, give it a try. And remember that we have a 14-day, 2-class, 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. So really, it's zero risk, and come check us out. You might learn something and learn a little bit of STEM while you're at it. I'll catch you all next time.